Hey everyone, it's been a while since I played Conker's Bad Verde, so thought I would pop in, see how it holds up and everything, so let's go!
Look, Tiny, you're cute and you're a killing machine. What's wrong with that?
It's creepy.
It's not creepy. It's cute. It's cute.
A cute killing machine? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I think I may have played the wrong game, but humor seems about right. Think I'm using the wrong console though. Hello everyone, thanks for watching to a level here, just trying different look, angle, and all that. I'm sure this is going to be crooked a little bit, but hey, I'm not a professional, why do I care? But today I thought I would talk about, my first games I ever played, PlayStation Edition. So I did this already with the Xbox, and I said I was planning on doing PlayStation, then Nintendo later, and maybe Sega later on, we'll see. My Sega collection's kind of small, but it might be still fun to kind of show kind of my first games for those ones too. And I'm also thinking of doing like first games for, big companies and all that, like say Square Enix, what was my first Final Fantasy, what was my first Dragon Quest, what was my first Star Ocean, I think that'd be fun too, so hope you'll enjoy this. So I do have a physical for every one of these except for the PS4 now, but with PlayStation Plus, Extra, Premium, whatever, I could download the PS4 game I have, which, I might eventually just buy again just to have a physical of it again, but we'll see. So I think I'll start with the handhelds. So first we got PSP, so PSP, really underrated system, a lot of great games, but the biggest issue, which, a lot of people would have, is just the one analog stick, right? And a lot of the face buttons don't feel too great to use, like this D-pad is a bit kind of clunky, I find, but the system's really good. There's a lot of great games, and the first game that I ever played, which I only had this PSP since like 2020 or something, because I wanted a PSP, but I never got one at all, and then as time went by I kind of forgot about it, and then when I started collecting a bit more, I okay, let's get PSP now, because this was a great deal for Silver 3001, though it does have its issues. I may have to get another one, because the biggest issue is the back here. The slots to put in your UMD, it just doesn't quite close properly, which means, when, I like playing the PSP on my TV, so when I'm playing, sometimes it'll give me a message saying oh, did you want to quit, because it thinks it's slightly open, and that's also probably why I haven't beat too many PSP games as of yet, so we'll see. But first game that I borrowed, I borrowed a friend's PSP and played, and that was Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Now, for me, I have a import version, because this game cost me $3 and it plays all in English, so not too bad, and it's fun to have a little story like that. But Crisis Core, love this game. It's a great prequel to set up Final Fantasy VII, and just really cool. I still have to get through the kind of remake, I guess you would call it, or remaster, I'm not sure, but reunion. But I'm taking my time with it because it's essentially the same game. I'm enjoying it, it's just, I'm being a bit slow with it, right? But great game, and very, very heartbreaking. Then we go to the Vita, which I love the Vita. It's just too bad that Sony decided to give up on it basically a month into its life. Because, it was kind of overpriced and, trying to compete with the 3DS, and at that time the 3DS would have, lowered its price quite a bit, I believe, and, so it's just too bad because even at launch it had great games, and when I got this I was able to get a lot of great games because a lot of games were free from PlayStation Plus, and each month, even if I didn't have the system, I made sure to add those to the library. So right from the get-go I had games like, you know, Uncharted, Golden Abyss, Gravity Rush, Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, and yeah, that's what got me into the Zero Escape games. But still, I got this game on the day that Pokemon X and Y came out because, yeah, I pre-ordered Pokemon X, and so I also decided to buy Vita that day, and I asked my friends on the Wii U at the time. No, and I had one friend from the UK who told me, you have to get this, and boy do I thank him every day, even if we don't talk anymore. It's Persona 4 Golden. This is just the perfect RPG to me, and for me with mental health issues, like, I find this game very helpful for me, and yeah, it's turned into my favorite game of all time. Love the characters, the story, and the humor in it is awesome. The footage you're seeing is me playing the Xbox version because it came to Game Pass, and any excuse to replay this game I will, so I replayed and beat it again. So yeah, Persona 4 Golden, yeah, fantastic game. So with that, we'll move on. We'll just put these down here. So PS1, you would have saw the intro, my little spoof and all that. Tiny Tank. So yeah, we got like years and years ago, you know, I got into PlayStation quite late, and because I believe this game came out in like 99, 2000, something like that. So yeah, didn't have a PS1 for a long time, but yeah, when we got one, this was among the first games we ever got. I can't quite remember if this was the first game I ever played, but it might have been. But yeah, very fun, silly game, you know, solid kind of third-person action controls, you know, like, I'm surprised how well it controls, because I remember as a kid I struggled so bad with this game, like, I barely could get past the first level, but yeah, it was a lot easier I found this time. It's kind of funny how that works with certain games, where some games you play as a kid that you play as an adult seems so much harder because of the controls and all that, then you sometimes get the opposite effect, right? And yeah, I recommend this game, you know, you can find it very cheap, and yeah, it's quite enjoyable, and definitely has like, for me, it reminded me quite a bit of kind of the Conker's Bad Fur Day type of humor, just a bit more toned down, right? And then PS2, I talked about this game many times before, but hey, it's another one, like Persona 4 Golden, any excuse, I will talk about it. Dark Cloud, Level 5's first ever game. Level 5 is one of my favorite developers ever out there. They make such unique experiences, such awesome RPGs, and yeah, like Dark Cloud, yes, it's aged and everything, with, you know, having to worry about your weapon durability and water and everything like that, but oh man, the music in this game is so good, and I still just have an absolute blast playing this. And yeah, the story of how I got this is when my mom got a PS2. Me and my brother kind of moved back with them. I wonder if someone's going to grammarly correct me and say, like, it's you, my brother and I, duh. Anyways, you know, so was around my birthday, and yeah, I wanted to get a PS2 game, and my brother pointed this out because on the back it talked about real weather and daytime effects and everything, which it's funny how that was a big selling point for games like this, right, back in the day. But yeah, I'm glad he told me about this or saw it, because yeah, I looked at the cover, looked at the back, and it's like, yeah, this looks cool. And it's really funny because we didn't know that you needed different memory cards. We thought because the PS2 is backwards compatible, the memory cards are too, and So for a while, I could not save in this game. I would have to start over and over and over again until we could finally get back to the mall to get a PS2 memory card. And yeah, it's memories like that that I just absolutely cherish, right? It's just really fun and funny little stories. Then on PS3, this is very interesting actually, because for me, I never had a PS3 for a very long time, and so I never played one for a long time, and my first experience really playing with a PS3 was, it was either 2007 or 2008. There was this gaming convention, or gaming tour, I should say, actually, that was coming around where, back when, MLG was the big thing, before kind of esports was sort of the tagline, MLG obviously is still a thing, but, I don't know how to explain, but basically, Mountain Dew and all that, they were kind of promoting a new drink, energy drink, AMP, and so they toured across Canada, one of them being Calgary, and their big whole thing was to have a tournament for Halo, to try and, you would do a Halo tournament in your city, and if you were among, I think, the final four, then you would be flown out to Toronto to compete for one of the spots on the team. But they would also have a bunch of other games set up, other tournaments, mainly casual, where if you won, you would win a $75 Blockbuster card. So I entered a bunch of tournaments, games I played, games I never played, and my first PS3 experience was in a tournament for Rainbow Six Vegas 2. So, okay, yeah, it had to be 2008, then it says 2008 right on the back here. I should have just looked at that, but yeah, this was really, really funny because I entered the tournament and I ended up in the final four, and then my matchup was against some 10-year-old or 12-year-old kid, something like that, and he kicked my ass so bad. And in the match too, I ended up killing myself accidentally once, trying to throw some sort of time bomb or remote bomb, that's it, where you throw it and then you can press to explode it, and I blew myself up. So again, really silly fun memories with this, just with that tournament. And then yeah, playing the game itself, it's a solid, the Rainbow Six Vegas games were very, very solid, and to me were kind of the last great Rainbow Six games. I mean, I think after this it was pretty much just Siege, and I never could get into Siege. I tried, I played a few times, and just not for me, right? But yeah, really solid, shooters and everything, right? And then for PS4, so like I said, don't have a physical of it anymore, but I bought my PS4 launch day and everything, so a lot of memories with that, and I was really happy that, since I got a PS5, I was able to just give my mom my old PS4, so yeah, it's cool that it has a new home. It's still, kind of played, right, to this day, and yeah, I love the PS4, love what they did with the controller and updates and all that, but yeah, and the launch lineup wasn't the greatest, like most launch systems and everything, but yeah, the one sort of big one which a lot of people I know I got myself, was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and yeah, what a great game. It's, to me, still the best Assassin's Creed game. It's definitely the best pirate game ever made, where yeah, it's just absolute blast, because 3 they introduced kind of the naval ship combat, all that, but man, they just everything, like, even though it's a long game, it never felt like a long game, even though it does all the same stuff as every Assassin's Creed, and, you know, you have all these different missions and collectibles, and, you know, eagle points, all that sort of stuff, but it just flowed so well. And yeah, even when I was recording just a tiny bit of gameplay for it, I'm like, I might want to start this over again. Like, I used kind of my old save, so that's why there's not much shown here, but it's yeah, it makes me kind of want to just start a new game and play the whole thing from the beginning again, because man, it's just really cool. And now we're on to PS5, and so two PS5 games that I bought, you know, when I was picking up my PS5 from the source, was one, Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins, which I still have to get through. The bit I played though, man, gameplay's fun, the story and voice acting's terrible, but it's terrible in a really great way that I just love. I love that type of bad voice acting and writing and all that, right? But yeah, the gameplay is fantastic in it, as yeah, I have to get around to playing more of it and finish it. But first PS5 game I got with, you know, Strangers of Paradise, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, which is also the first PS5 game I ever beat, and yeah, this is a system seller. And for me, I'm not even big on Ratchet & Clank. I enjoyed the games a lot, but I've never been, you know, super into them or anything like that. But man, this game just flows so perfectly. I love it, you know. It's just playing as both kind of Rivet and Ratchet, going back and forth. It just, the animation is gorgeous, the gameplay is addictive, and the only real complaint I have with this game, I would say, would be that, you know, the whole story with the Rift Apart is you're going through multiple dimensions, but really you're kind of just ending up in a singular dimension, a different timeline, and I think it would have been nice if they went a bit further and just super weird and creative of like you're going to all these different timelines and you have to fix them all. I think that would have been cool, but regardless, you're traveling a bunch of planets and yeah, just, you know, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just, if you get a PS5, this is a must-buy in my opinion. I love it, and to me, it's easily the best Ratchet & Clank game ever made. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed kind of my, you know, PlayStation games look and all that. Like I said, I want to do Nintendo, you know, Sega eventually, and yeah, do certain companies and their games, all that sort of stuff. So let me know what you think. What was your first kind of PlayStation games for each system, all that, and if you want to do a video on this, let me know. I would love to see your video on this and what your games were, because yeah, very interesting. Also, sorry if like camera shifted a little bit, there was an issue, I don't know what happened, so had to kind of readjust and do all this, so yeah. But I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, again, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thanks everyone, take care! Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, or if you just want to see any of my skits and then nothing else and leave the video, that's fine too. Thanks everyone, take care.